Yeah, so I was just ordering some McDonald's the other day, and then I found out that they had a toy. I mean, oh shoot, we're live. Hi everyone, and welcome to a brand new episode of the Anime Dads and Anime Dudes podcast. What's my name again? My name is Steve uh, Jackson, but you can call me Bjorvio for short. And it rhymes, Steve Bjorvio. It rhymes. If you don't get it, you're just saying it wrong. Anyway, something I'm not saying wrong is the name of my co-host, which is the Anime Dad.
Yeah, and some people have started calling me Skibbity Toilet recently, and I like it. I don't mind. I don't mind these new names. Back in my day, a my nickname used to be Grasshopper because I ate ants.
Hmm. I can see that for you, 100%. That's very Sigma of you. Totally bet.
All right, well, let's get into our podcast. Welcome, newbies. Welcome, oldies. Welcome, in-betweenies. I'm very excited to be talking to Bjorvio today, and we're going to start off with some improv questions as usual. And
Whoop, whoop.
Bjorvio, why don't you start with your three today, then I'll do my three. Would that be okay?
Yes, and the improv starts right now. So, here in the States, it's very popular to add strawberry and kiwi together and to make a drink. And usually it kind of comes out pinkish or something like that. It's very, very good. But if you had to add a third fruit into that mix, what would it be? The only caveat being you would have to travel to the Dr. Stone universe to find it.
Dr. Stone universe. Okay, great question. I really like it. I think my fruit would be um it would be the grandfather of the banana, which is I think they called it the banana, and that's just going from
Is that
memory.
the thing
But
that you watch it whip?
what that is the thing you watch it whip. Whip Nay Nay is my favorite. You can make it into a milkshake. It's absolutely
Brings
brilliant.
all the boys to the yard.
It brings all the boys to the yard, and damn right, it's better than yours. That's for sure. All right, next question, sir.
All right. So one day you decide that you're gonna open a milkshake stand out on your front yard. And what you end up doing is you go inside, you get all of your milk and everything ready, and while you are bringing it all out into the yard, a Dragon Ball rolls out of your milk container because you are the 1 billionth person in the world to buy milk this year. And so they give you one Dragon Ball. In order to, and you're like, oh my gosh, I have a wish. I, I need to fulfill this, but I need some help. Besides me and Thick Thunder, who you taking on this quest?
Well, you and Thick Thunder are a given, so I'm glad you said that. The third and fourth people that I'm taking on the trip has to be, um, uh, it has to be you, Thick Thunder, then a guy. Well, I need to take Balma along, that's for sure. But she's a genius and she's incredibly good at finding other Dragon Balls. So I'll take her along as long as she doesn't get close to them and makes the final wish. And the final person I'm taking along is, but uh, I'm so good at improv today, bro. But the final person I'm taking along, it has to be. I need some good times. It's going to be Tanjiro, and because he is relentless, and I'm going to lie to him and tell him that I'm going to wish for his sister to be turned back, So he'll go for it, and then once I'll sneak away and do the wish. So yeah, it took me a long time to get there, but I think that's a good answer.
I'm here for it. All right. All right. All right. I got one more question for you. Okay. So you, Tanjiro, Inosuke, and Zenitsu are all brought into the modern world, and you have two assignments. One of them is to teach them the meaning of the word skibbity, and the second is you have to think of a song that would be utterly hilarious for them to sing. What song are you singing? But they each one gets their own song. What song are you giving Tanjiro? What song are you giving Zenitsu? And what song are you giving Inosuke?
Great job, Skibbity. Now I'm gonna tell them Skibbity means go beyond plus ultra, and it should mean that if it doesn't already. Okay. Now Inosuke, I'm definitely gonna give him um, "We Will Rock You" by Queen, just because I think he has that energy. He will rock people. He's powerful. He's aggressive. He's in there. Tanjiro, I'm gonna give him uh, a Lewis Capaldi song. So some sort of there must be something in the water, something like calm and relaxed and water breathing style. And obviously Zenitsu, Barbie Girl. And I just would love to hear him sing Barbie Girl. I think that would be really funny to see. And I think he'd pull it
You want me to
off.
make that happen?
Oh, yes, please.
All right. Barbie girl in a Barbie world. Life is plastic. It's fantastic.
All right.
Versus, you want me to try Inosuke too?
Go for it. I think that should be on Spotify, though. Zenitsu's version. I think it'll make the top 10.
We will rock you, my Geracto.
Yes. Yes. Oh, my goodness. You need to start like some sort of TikTok, some sort of karaoke where it's just voice actors singing in different anime characters' voices. I
That
think
would
that,
be hilarious. I think we could make that happen. Like
yeah.
just like
You may hate me, but it ain't no lie, baby. Bye, bye, bye.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's really good. That's really good. All right, my improv questions for you. Those were great. Thank you for those. I appreciate them. I'm going to try and keep mine anime based. Now, you get your arm chopped off, like Froppy has, as you can see. You get your arm chopped off in an anime world, and you have to
okay.
decide what's going to replace it. You got three choices, and you need to tell me why you've chosen it. The first choice, a robotic arm. Second choice is going to be an arm from an animal or a creature, and the final choice is an arm from a anime character that we know. What would you choose and why?
Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna trick it. I'm gonna do a 2 for 1. I'm gonna take the arm of an anime character that's made out of metal, and I'm gonna take Genos's arm from One Punch Man because he's always upgrading it. Okay, so you know that thing's got potential, and it's crazy strong. Like in any other universe. Okay, maybe not any because Dragon Ball is packing some fiery punches.
Yeah, you're not wrong. That is a great arm. The fight between Genos and Saitama, um,
Ooh.
oh, his power is absolutely incredible. So that would be a great arm to choose from, as long as you have someone to service it and look after it. Someone like someone in,
Winry.
yeah, Winry. Um, Second question for you. Uh, Now, let's pretend the world goes into darkness, the sun disappears, and there is no more light. Uh, what is the way to get light back, and what would this particular anime be called?
So, if the world is in darkness, what I'm going to do in order to bring the light back is I'm going to start playing my armpit to make fart noises. Because if the first thing we're going to have to bring back is humor, if I've learned anything from Sir Night-Eye, is that we need to bring back the humor. And the joy of people's laughter and smiles over time will be enough to reinvigorate the sun. And so I am just going to go around the world and make people laugh while there's people in the world that are also like trying to, live in darkness for whatever reason. And so, maybe they just don't like solar power cars or something. So my goal is to go around and make people smile and overcome the darkness. And they're going to call me Mr. Smiley.
Yes, I was thinking the exact same person.
I could read it in your eyes, bro.
I really was. That's such a cool episode. My daughters, after watching that episode, just kept saying Mr. Smiley constantly. Very good episode and very good choice for for a anime. Final question. Let's say you were Mirio Tokuda's father. Okay. Now you're his father. You know that you're never going to reach your son's potential, and your son's surpassed you a long time ago. Um, his peach does not stop. Now, what would your way or hobby be to try and get your own self-respect back?
Well, if Mirio's my son, there's two options I could do. The first is professional cliff diving. I could see that being a very good hobby, of trying to make a name for myself while bringing honor to the family. And the second one is I am going to be a podcaster that only talks about heroes that wear capes. Because there's not actually a whole lot of them in My Hero, so a lot of times I end up having to talk about my son, and any money that my son has made from the podcast, I get 40% of. So it's a win, 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 okay? And then with the money I then get to go buy uniforms for my cliff diving team.
Great idea. Great. I was expecting train collecting, but cliff diving sounds intense. That sounds incredible. My goodness. Hey, would you ever go skydiving or cliff diving?
No,
Me
I
neither.
can barely ride up an elevator to a fourth floor building without being like, "Oh, there's a handrail on here, right? I mean, can I have a harness?"
I'm
I
actually
wish I was kidding.
no, I'm actually being dead serious. I'm claustrophobic in elevators. Sorry, lifts, not elevators. Lifts are my Achilles heel. Elevators do scare me as well. Um, if all right, final question just for fun. If an elevator was a villain, what would its villain name be?
Um, the downside.
Yes. I love throwing to you, and you just like what I'm doing is I'm throwing you a perfect pitch, and you just smacking it out of the park. Awesome. Um, what are we talking about today?
We are talking about anime characters with no medical training that would be good doctors, and some that would be terrible doctors.
I mean, straight away, I can think of. Well, let's just do one each, and we just talk about it as we go. Um,
Okay. Do you want to start with the best or the worst?
Probably the best.
All right. Sounds good.
Uh, no, Bloomin' ponies. All right, the best. You start with the best. Who do you think?
Okay, so here is I got three really good ones. But our first one we've already talked about this person, so I'm just gonna throw him out there, and that is Tanjiro Kamado. Like you
Oh,
can't tell me that Tanjiro would not be willing to just go out there and Oh, Nezuko, I'm gonna have to go and save this person. I may not have any training, but that's okay. I'm gonna buckle down and teach them how to breathe.
Yes, that's a good point. He's caring, he's compassionate, he's good with the sword, so he'd probably be good with the scalpel. And yeah, he'd get things done. How would he sound? Let's say I'm freaking out, having a panic attack. How would he talk me down?
Um, okay, so it would depend on what season of Tanjiro, but I can see like season one, like, you're not gonna give in. You're going to be okay. Look me in the eyes. Breathe with me. Versus season three, Tanjiro, I'm gonna do what he did with Genya and let's go in the hot tub. We can bond over our nakedness.
Don, have you been practicing Tanjiro? That's fire.
Yes, actually, I have.
Yeah, that's skibbity fire, bro. That's real fire.
I can't do his like yelling voice, but I can do like water breathing, fifth form, blessed rain after the drought.
Oh my goodness! Wow. I wish I had that talent. That's very, very good. All right. Well, I'd say obviously Dr. Stone would be one in there. What's his name now?
Oh
Senku.
yeah. Uh,
Senku.
Ishigami Senku.
Yeah, he'd be amazing. He knows he's so intelligent, so smart. He actually sounds like a doctor because he's so logical when he talks. He doesn't get his emotions involved. We've seen him be a doctor in some shape and form with Rishia. So
Mhm.
yeah, very, very good. He's a simple choice and he's a boring choice, and I apologize for choosing him.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, Senku is an absolutely. I think he definitely would be. I mean, he's got the smarts too, but he's definitely not trained, so he does count.
True. True. All right. Who next?
I'm gonna go with a little bit of a controversial one on this, but I'm gonna go with Momo Yagirosu. She's got the smarts. Okay, she's got the smarts. She's not necessarily trained in how to do anything, but she can create like, "Ooh, do you need Advil? Hang on," and then pop out some Advil and give that to you. Oh, let's sew your wound closed there. Oh, let's we need more gauze. Oh, I can just make some, and take care of it. Like I think she'd be a really good doctor to have on hand, and I could see her being pretty good with bedside manner, though not being like the best at bedside manner either. I don't know. Do you think she'd have good bedside manner or not?
Very good. Very good choice. And have you been practicing her voice too? Okay, not bad at all. Not bad at all.
Uh, Thank you. I think I just knocked it out of the park. I'm very proud of my Momo.
You know what? She'd be very good at being a nurse as well because she could bring in teas. She would be choose the right tea for the right person, and
Oh
she
yeah.
loves her tea, and it's a very, very good choice. Another good choice for me would be um, Alphonse Alric.
Yeah.
I think even though he's young, he talks to people really well. I think that's key. Communication is key for being a good doctor. Obviously, you don't have to be. You're not trained. He's not trained, but he'll become trained. He keeps things calm in every situation. He never gives up. He's got compassion from people, and even in his full metal form, I reckon he'd do quite well. Never have to sleep. He'd never have to sleep. He could do surgeries all night, all day.
Exactly. And plus, while he might not do it, Alphonse technically does know how to use a philosopher's stone and understands some level of human transmutation. So if you were actively, dying and you could convince him, hey, that's not a bad idea.
Not bad at all. Not bad at all. And he looks tough and cool, so people won't mess with him with his decisions, deliberation. Very, very good. Um, have you got a few good, or you want to move to bad now?
Just one more good, and then we can move to bad. That I think this one is the one that's needs to be called out. and that is Airy. Do I need to say anything else?
You don't. That's a great choice. Quirk, everything. Um, temperament. She knows what
Mm-hmm.
it's like. She's been, had surgery after surgery herself, in a sense. Um, so yeah, really, really good choice. Solid choice. Um,
Thank you.
all right. Well, in regards to bad, I think uh, the first one I'm going to bring up is Nezuko, and for the obvious
Yeah.
reasons.
Yeah. That just, in every way, shape, and form, that would be terrible. Like, just so bad.
Unless she had like blood manipulation early, like in the next season, later seasons, she could probably manipulate someone's blood to do blah blah blah. But no, that's pretty bad. Who do you have?
On a similar note, I'm gonna go with Himiko Toga.
Yep, great choice as well. She'd probably assume the role of, yeah. She just her in a hospital with that much product around that she could use and utilize is a really
Yep.
bad idea.
Yeah, and she's just she's got a few too many knives for me, okay? Like this just no thanks. Not I'm fine, thank you. I'll live with my tonsillitis, thank you, or whatever I have.
She'd take everything to surgery. I've got a common cold. Look, let's cut it out. Get it out of here.
What are we cutting out?
Um, obviously, there's ones that I've thought of that are like Goku. Obviously, would be terrible. Just
Yep.
because he'd be distracted. He'd not think about different things. Um, one that I didn't mention would be good. I just wanted to mention it. Koro Sensei would be a good one.
Oh yeah, for sure. Koro Sensei would be really good. Like even if he wasn't good, he could read a book fast enough to know what to do and then do it.
Yes, completely. The majority of villains would be bad. Do you think of any heroes or good guys that would be bad?
Yes, I do. As a matter of fact, it was the next one I was going to say, and that is Denji from Chainsaw Man.
Yes. Ah, especially when he was still getting used to his transformation in the beginning. He's like during like delicate surgery and he transforms accidentally into a chainsaw man.
I'm telling you, you can't tell me that would ever end up in a good idea, in a good way. Like it's just not. Like even if you needed a limb amputated, it's still not going to go well.
No, oh my
But
goodness.
another hero that would not go well is Inosuke.
Yep, he'd probably try if anyone has any muscle at all, he'd fight them for sure.
Oh
While
yeah.
they're sick or not.
Not to mention he wouldn't be okay with the fact that you're sick and just tell you to get over it. And Inosuke wouldn't use a scalpel. He would probably like get a rock and like beat the tiny scalpel to make it serrated. It's just gonna be awful, like a serrated scalpel. I don't, and he's gonna have two of them.
That sounds terrible. I mean, he'd be good. He'd probably cut the right spots, but it'd be a terrible person. And he definitely would do a surgery with his boar head on, which is unsanitary, to say the
Completely.
least.
Yes, that
Bakugo, another
that
bad one.
I don't see that going well. But Bakugo for sure. Controversial, but I'm gonna go also with your Forger. I don't I don't think like she's very good with a blade, but at the same time, I don't. And while she knows how to stay calm under pressure, if she's trying to save someone, I just I don't see it. I don't see her being able to have the skill set to be able to do it effectively. Like I've seen her cook. Okay, if this is, I know the two aren't correlated, but the fact that there's other tasks that your can't do or doesn't know how to do that make me think that she wouldn't be a good surgeon. Now, would she be an amazing, pitcher in MLB baseball? 100%. 100%. Surgeon? No, thanks. I'm good.
Not at all. I mean, what about now? I'm thinking bad for this one, even though you should be good. Professor Oak.
Yeah, I can
He's
see that. I mean, he has to know the anatomy of so many Pokemon. What if he just gets confused and is like, "Oh, the human heart is over here somewhere. Oh, nope, sorry, I forgot. That's where it is on a Squirtle. I just took out your gallbladder."
yes, and he just seems a bit irresponsible in certain regards and a bit crazy, to be honest.
Yeah. But you know who I would trust?
Yeah,
Gohan.
100% yes. He'd be so careful, so considerate, and so smart. Um, yeah, very, very good. You remember when you said you had a list of anime that you've written down? Do you have it on your phone?
Yeah, it's right here.
Could you pump it all out? Just go one after another, fast track, get them all out. I just want to, if you don't mind, I'd love to hear all the anime you've watched.
Yeah, I'll at least talk about the ones that I have finished. There's quite a few that I'm currently watching that I have not finished. Or at least the ones that are in. There's also some that like are still ongoing, so I've seen like most of the season, but maybe not all of it. Um, but yeah, there's also some that I'm still realizing I've forgotten, so it's not a complete list yet, but it's pretty close. Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball GT, Dragon Ball Super, Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, Jujutsu Kaisen, My Hero Academia, Death Note, Chainsaw Man, One Punch Man, Violet Evergarden, Pokemon, at least the first two seasons. Reborn as a Venice, Wonder the Dungeon, Reincarnated as a Slime Assassination Classroom, My Happy Marriage, Hell's Paradise, Demon Slayer, Delicious in Dungeon, Attack on Titan, Fruit Baskets, The Wrong Way to Use Healing Magic, Angels of Death, Promise Neverland, Doctor Stone, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Rurouni Kenshin, Rising of the Shield Hero. Currently in progress. Cowboy Bebop, Kaiju number 9, Windbreaker. What else am I watching? There's like two others that I can't remember.
That's awesome. That's so cool. I need that list. Maybe you can send it to me. I'd love to just go through it and also add some anime to my list. I've just started watching Delicious in Dungeon one as well, and that's pretty cool.
Oh, that one's cute. It's cute. It does get a little bit as the series goes on. It starts off pretty like GPG rated. It gets a little bit not GMPG rated the more it goes on, but
Okay.
it's pretty good. It is pretty good.
Because yeah, it is quite cute. It's like, okay, we cook. This is how we cook this. This is how we cook that. And I was like, that's making me hungry.
Tasty.
um, but I think that covers the doctor conversation. And if I was picking a doctor for me, I'd probably go someone like Gohan, like you said. Um, and yeah, he'd be the way to go. Or him, or just for the kicks, someone like Whis from Dragon Ball Super, who would just go like this, bing, and you'd have your baby, like Belma did.
You know who I was thinking of? I almost said this person until I was rewatching Demon Slayer and realized they do have medical training, so we wouldn't be able to use them. But I think they'd be a good person for this, and that'd be Shinobu Kocho, the butterfly Hashira.
Yeah, that's actually a great choice. She's yeah, she'd be absolutely amazing as a doctor. Does she have medical training? With what?
Specifically, I think she said like she has medical training in something, but I know for a fact like they they've mentioned she has some in poisons because that's how she's able to like do what she does with the demons as well as um but she does also mention at some point like when Tanjiro, Zenitsu, and Inosuke are at the Butterfly Mansion, she mentioned something about her healing their wounds or like taking care of them or something. So she must have some.
True, true. Um, all right. Well, maybe you could take us home and take us to the moon with a. We have to have Tanjiro. I just love hearing you speak Tanjiro. Tanjiro, he could be a doctor prescribing this podcast to someone who has some problems.
All right. Oh no, it appears your tonsillitis has only gotten worse. Here, you know what they say was really good for tonsillitis and the common cold? It's the Anime Dad and the Anime Dude podcast. Well, I'm gonna write you a prescription for it right quick. Hinokami Kagura, second form. Well, I can't remember my own attacks, but that's okay. I'm so nervous. I'm so concerned about you. But don't worry, the nurse will be able to get you that on the way out. So I'll tell you what. Why don't you go and come back? Go listen to more episodes. Come back next week and we'll listen to the newest one and we'll reevaluate your progress then, okay? You take care, have 5 lollipops, and go talk to our resident receptionist, Inosuke. Inosuke, can you see this person out, please?
What do you think I am? You think you're paying me for this?
Actually, yes, that's entirely what we're doing. I need to go over this right quick. Don't forget, go beyond. Plus Ultra, and yeah, water breathing. Bye.